In 2007, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists moved the doomsday clock 2 minutes closer to midnight. It is now set at 5 minutes to 12. America's worldwide arsenal of 10,000 nuclear bombs will soon pass to the command of a new president. This program reports on the origins of the challenges that will face the new president, the growing concerns of the world's peoples at the UN, expressed by world leaders and non-governmental organizations represented by citizens, experts, and by celebrities, Ted Turner, and supermodel of the 80s, Christie Brinkley, who helped draw wider attention to nuclear issues. And finally, what the two major American presidential candidates say they will do about the continuing global threat of the bomb. Since the advent of the atomic age with the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world's peoples have sought the elimination of nuclear weapons. To that end, the member states of the United Nations signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Yet still there are thousands of nuclear weapons and no final agreement on their abolition. The 2005 Non-Proliferation Treaty Review failed to reach a consensus. And later at the United Nations 2005 summit, the United States ruled nuclear disarmament off the agenda. The next Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty Review conference will not be until 2010.
The big item missing is non-proliferation and disarmament. This is a real disgrace.
I consider this to be the most important conference the United Nations has ever held.
But it is the emergency action to ban nuclear weapons. Our mission is to have all nuclear weapons eliminated by the year 2020 and within the framework of the United Nations.
Now, our grandparents did not have two icons of the modern age, the mushroom cloud and that beautiful picture of planet Earth from outer space. One represents fear, science and technology run amok without proper constraint of law, morality, or reason. The other represents hope, a majestic gift from the Creator, where we simply must learn to live together, where we must find our common humanity, where we must learn to separate from ourselves that which separates us from one another.
I am still committed to the principle that was established in a document that was adopted and signed by me and President Reagan. We stated that a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought.
And I just don't see how you can have a world where there's some nuclear weapons and some people don't have them and some do, and it seems to me that the only practical way is to get rid of all of them, everybody get rid of them.
Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, Sam Nunn, and William Perry expressed in the Wall Street Journal this January the need to reinvigorate our efforts to obtain a nuclear-free world. And I couldn't agree more with their conclusion.
I believe we should reduce our nuclear forces to the lowest level we judge necessary, and we should be prepared to enter into a new arms control agreement with Russia, reflecting the nuclear reductions that I'll seek.
I will set a goal of a world without nuclear weapons. To seek that goal, I will not develop new nuclear weapons. I will seek a global ban on the production of fissile material, and I will negotiate with Russia to take our ICBMs off hair trigger alert.
Thousands of nuclear weapons remain on hair trigger alert in the US and Russia.
2,000 are on hair trigger alert, ready to launch on 15-minute warning by the decision of one man, the President of the United States. This is a very, very dangerous situation, and the Russians presumably have essentially the same number of warheads and the same procedures.
I want to make it clear that I believe Iran and North Korea should not obtain nuclear weapons, nor should anybody else. But those two states are the flashpoints off of a volcano The volcano is the existence of 34,000 nuclear weapons possessed by the nuclear weapon states, most in the hands of the United States and Russia.
The weapons per se are dangerous anywhere, anytime. If you look at the US, there are lots of weapons on hair-trigger alert, and the same applies to Russia.
There was an obligation on all powers that possess nuclear weapons to take meaningful steps to reduce their arsenals with a view to their total abolition.
And the possibility of terrorist use of nuclear weapons combined with the keeping nuclear weapons on alert, this double danger, I call it.
It has become a real danger for to the continued existence of the human species. Now, the first step to prevent it is to remove the instrument which can lead to such a catastrophe. And this is the reason why our immediate objective is the elimination of nuclear weapons.
The former commander of the American nuclear fleet in the Pacific, Admiral Noel Geiler, once said, "The way to get rid of the bombs is to get rid of the bombs."
Nuclear weapons are a creation of humanity. They are a product of human ingenuity and human political structure. If they're the product of humanity and governments, they can be resolved by humanity and governments.
And with new leadership, I think the United States can lead the way to the fulfillment of Article 6, which is part of the bargain underlying the Non-Proliferation Treaty.
That we have the majority of the global population behind the vision for a nuclear weapons-free world, or to do away with nuclear weapons.
Struggle against nuclear weapons is a fight we can win and must win. So let's just win it.
Let's hear it for the Mayors for Peace.